Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Winger City. It is totally not a rip-off of Hot Ones because we are gonna, talk about baseball and maybe there's gonna be a little something extra. We're just gonna wing it. So, I've got 10 spicy questions for my guest today. City Hall, how you doing?
Great, and not only do we have 10 spicy questions, we have 10 spicy wings in increasing spiciness order.
Yep, a completely original idea for the internet. We've done it before, it's our thing. Winger City, this is Winger City 2!
Yeah!
It's a sequel! Sequels are always better than the original. So, are you ready to answer some questions?
Super ready. Wings? Excited.
Well, we are going to start, as always, by eating the first wing.
Wonderful.
So, left to right, top down.
Yeah.
This first wing is coated in the classic.
Oh, perfect.
It's a good wing.
Yeah.
I wonder how much chewing they edit out of the show. This show we're not ripping off.
It's a big wing.
Shout out to B-dubs. Pretty good. So, Andrew, your first question, and as you know, they get a little progressively spicier as we go on, so we're starting pretty basic. Where does the name City Hall come from? Your famous online persona.
I'll finish this first.
Of course, it's part of the game. But we're on a clock.
Well, you ever see Footloose?
I love Footloose.
Then you're probably familiar with Footloose and common idiom line, you can't fight City Hall.
Correct.
My friend Johnny, he watched Footloose and he's like, hey, that'd be a great name for like a guy, because like then you wouldn't be able to fight him, because you can't fight City Hall. And I'm like, you know what? That is a great name. I'll take it. And then I did, and it was pretty much like a Pagassance. Like everybody loved it forever.
And you know what? I think to this day,
it's
no secret you're our top selling merch. So.
I had an English teacher once, because I had a shirt in high school that said City Hall, and I had an English teacher. He's like, what does that mean? He was a mean guy. And then I'm like, oh, you can't fight City Hall, like Footloose. And he's like, you trying to get into fights? And I was the day when I'm like, maybe I don't want to be City Hall anymore.
I think it's worked out great. And this is Johnny Stimmel, older brother of Huge.
That's right.
Goes way back. We got family here in the city. All right. How you feeling? How you feeling so far?
Just like I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings, eating regular food.
I'm happy. We're going to eventually not feel that way. So, wing number 2 is coated in yellow bird. Let's pop it in.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but this one's wet.
Too wet.
Oh, it's fruity.
Gritty?
Like fruity. Like a mango.
Okay.
Strawberry. Like a strawberry.
Wow. And they make a strawberry spicy. They can do anything these days.
They probably just mix it with something spicy. All right, Andrew. So, you've been working with us here at Dinger City for a while now, all the way back to college. So, how does working with your college roommates, such as myself, Nick, and Jack, compare to living with us? Not as business partners, but just simply as roommates.
I enjoy living with you much more.
I don't live with you. You should talk about it.
I enjoy living with Nick much more than him as a business partner, because, it's, in a lot of ways, he's like a child that thinks he's the boss of everyone, right? It's like, so when he's actually the boss of everyone, it's a huge problem. It's
hard to argue.
It's hard to argue because it's like he's like, it's baby Milky time, and then I'm like, well, he is the boss.
Now you actually, I misspoke a moment ago. It was when you said you prefer living with me. I realized you were referring to the dorm.
Yeah.
Nick has actually made this a little interesting situation. Because Nick is both your boss and still lives with you.
Right. Well,
so which of the 3 options is the best?
I think
no boss, yes live?
I think no boss, yes live, but an interesting fact is I request not to get paid so that he's not the super boss. He can't pull the, all right, well, I'm cutting your paycheck card. He can just pull the, your friends are very upset with you card.
I mean, we've seen it work before.
Oh, yeah, it works wonders.
All right. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good again.
So
that
Buffalo
one was,
Wild Wings,
that one
now
was not much
strawberry.
worse.
All right. Well,
Better even.
I believe, I forgot to write down the Scovilles, which totally is a little lame on our end. But you were
You
here
can make
last
them
time.
up. This one, one,
billion.
2, 3 Scovilles.
3 Scovilles.
This is our 3rd Scoville.
All you need to know is after 6 is where Nightmare enters.
Oh.
But we're going into 3 right now, which is Hoff's sauce. If you want to know anything about the Scovilles Elite sauce, we're going to put them on screen in post-production. Hell yeah! Oh, big win! Big win for post-production! Ready, your 3rd wing?
Yep.
Hoff's.
A little spicier.
Going forward, I think I'm just going to bite them in half.
Oh, too huge for one bite.
For the sake of time, honestly. All right. Question 3. As you become City Hall, you've become quite the gamer. You're great at many, many games.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's safe to say the game that everyone associates you with is Puyo Puyo.
Okay.
Pre-Dirge,
Right,
of course.
yeah.
But we're not talking about Dirge today.
Puyo's a big one.
Puyo's a big one because all the bean jokes. You love Puyo. It's your favorite puzzle game.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
And I'm a big puzzle game guy.
How do you get into Puyo Puyo? That is not a very common... Some people watching might not even know what that is. How did you stumble upon Puyo Puyo, and what is it given you?
High school, had a friend, Mike, little guy. When I was sleepover, he liked PC games. Not a lot of PC games are multiplayer. So while we played like 2 rounds of Nidhogg or whatever, and then he goes off, he's like, I gotta play some Half-Life 2. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm sitting on the couch right now, I got his Xbox, got the Sonic collection, wants a bean machine, I get rocked. And now I'm good at video games, and like 15-year-old Andrew is like prideful at video games. Like I cry when I lose at Mario Party 7. So when I lose to like the 3rd stage computer, I'm like, this is some hot stuff. I gotta get good at this. And as I'm getting good, the neurons are connecting, and it's all like, yeah, all right. And then the staircase. Yeah. I made that on the fly that night. And I remember Mike was watching me. He's like, man, that game's way too hard. That's nonsense. He wakes up the next morning. I stayed up all night. I'm like, check out this ladder, dude. I'm on stage 9.
And this is elevated all the way to back when we lived together. You used to give me, my roommate Ben, and his fiance Liv, weekly Puyo Puyo training sessions, and every morning we woke up to a tip of the day.
That's
on
right.
The whiteboard.
I think I came up with like 20 of those before I ran out, right?
Yeah, there were.
It was a decent amount.
It went beyond our training. We had stopped training, and there were still tips of the day, like probably for a few weeks.
Yeah, it's I've got a bunch of favorite tips. I won't get too far into, but
give us your favorite tip.
My favorite tip is there's 255 sets of beans you'll get before it repeats, and within that 225 set, there's 256 of each, and there's gonna be 128 of each color within that 200 and. You know the multiples of 2.
Sure.
That's the one.
Okay.
That's my fact.
That was good. Someone comment exactly what he said is that fact, and we're gonna get that made on a poster. That is invaluable information.
Don't let your Evo champ know the tip, man. You're gonna take it.
All right. I don't know about you, but
It's
I'm not.
a little spicier.
I ain't bad, but I'm starting to detect
feel it now.
spice. So let's move on. Wing number 4, Los Calientes. Ate the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna bite it. Forgot.
This one was smaller.
This is my next one. I gotta bite that one.
That is a tender.
So Andrew, I would say our questions are almost going in chronological order. So at this point, famed YouTuber, beloved by all, Markiplier,
Nothing on
City
me.
Hall.
Oh, yeah.
So one of your most famous series. You're gonna think I'm gonna say Dirge again. I've already tricked you with this once. No Dirge today. We're talking about Mess Hall.
Mess Hall.
What was Mess Hall like? Because only seen by few, but beloved by all who've watched it.
So, for those of you who don't know what the content was like, it would be usually around 10-second video, I'd have a food, and then I go, take the camera, right? My iPhone. I go, damn, that's all food review. Oh, whoa, French fry. Woo. And then I usually don't even say if the food's good or not. It's like 10 seconds. I'll do a food review of the next thing if you want. What you don't know behind the scenes, after like 3 food reviews, because I was in college, right? You go to the food hall with all your friends. Every time I would be in front of food, they would go, yo, dude, food review. I'd be like, I don't want to do, I just did one yesterday. I'd be like, come on, review the food, review this. And I go, fine. I'd whip out my phone and I go, whoa, oh, miss, oh. It was a good time, though.
All right. I gotta ask, because it's become a really popular format.
Yeah.
Do you feel a little slighted by having such a brilliant idea years and years? Oh, I put hot sauce in my eye. Years and years before TikTok, when 10-second videos became like the thing.
Well,
do you feel like it would have been the greatest thing on earth had you waited?
Well, not really, because I feel like I was inspired by Vine a little bit. I could have put this stuff on Vine. And, there's 10-second YouTube videos. Just look at
You got so much good stuff you're giving us with all these. Here's a tip. Here's a video.
Well, you told me, hey, make sure you don't just answer yes or no, right? Keep the show going.
I appreciate that you're trying.
Nothing is not yes or no.
You know what? You make a great point. And I wasn't going to do this, but you offered. I know the famous whole egg mess hall was your finale because you never wanted to do it again.
Right.
But you did just offer to do a mess hall of your next wing.
You know, it's bringing it back for old times. I don't see why not.
You want to bust out your phone and mess hall the next wing with us? So here's the information you need. It's hothead sauce, wing 5.
Mess hall's back. I'm reviewing wing 5.
You heard it here first! Live on Winger City! Mess Hall is back. Expect regular uploads. It's going to be incredible. That full clip was probably in the video because it was only 5 seconds long.
Mess Hall fans, take a look at the Cheezers Challenge.
Yes. Great. Yes. It was like a foreboding precursor to the return, honestly.
Yeah.
That one is so much hotter than the one before it.
I didn't mind it. Probably because I had a nugget and not a tender.
I know last year I went like the whole time without drinking milk, but if you're here from the live stream, you know what I just went through. So I'm trying my best. But I did just drink 2 shots of hot sauce.
Is it milk time?
Not yet, damn
All right.
So, question 5. Crit Nick.
Oh. One of my favorite topics.
One of mine as well. You and Nick have the most famous rivalry in our friend group in Dinger City, probably in the world.
Yep.
So, in your humble opinion, what is the highlight of your rivalry with Crit Nick? If you have it if you're torn between 1 or 2, you can share more, but
this is an easy one.
What do you got?
It's the best of 7, is it?
11.
The best of 11, first to 7, first to... It's a little hot.
Yeah, right? Dude, the number 5.
When I 6-1'd him, had it on a t-shirt, that's a really good moment, because it's like... Nick was smack talking up until then, man. And then he started to quiet down. I'm surprised you're still on brain games. You know what I can do to you. I've been smacking him in the ground over and over. Sometimes you can make 3-pointers all day. What's really impressive is if you call the 3-pointer you're gonna make.
You know, I mean, our fans all over the world probably are familiar with the best of 11. If you're not, that video is available on Dinger City. Absolute great choice. Other ones that I've only heard tale of. I know you guys have great April Fools prank.
Oh
wars.
yeah. I filled his shoe with chips, one with salsa. I think both chips and salsa. He took everything in my room and moved it into the bathroom.
This is in the dorm, right?
Yeah. He took my car and drove it like 2 blocks away and just said nothing.
Grand Theft Auto is one of the best pranks someone can pull, in my opinion.
He still hasn't found what I did to him this year.
That's pretty cool.
I'm playing.
Or are you?
Or am I? I mean, all you have to do is sow the seeds. Doesn't matter if they're seeds or little meatballs. That's
sow the meatballs
more
of
profound
chaos.
wisdom. I become Confucius after Wing 3.
Well, we're halfway through our wings.
Uh-huh.
I think we're both kind of starting to feel it.
Oh, yeah.
But we have way more to go. So we're going to move on to wing number 6, which is covered in Senor Lechuga.
Is that... So, I thought they were the numbers in Spanish. This is Senor Lechuga?
That's the last stab. That's the one we're doing last. They're not in order. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah? Senor Lechuga, second pull.
But why would the far right be our 6th wing?
I don't know how you read, but I read 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was number 6. Regardless, Senor Lechuga. Let's take a bite before we read this question. I'm not messing it up this year. I messed it up like 8 times last time.
It's big.
Mine is big too. I expect this to have a throat burn because I'm cool right now.
Uh-oh.
I'm looking at my fingers cool. So, Andrew, for your 6th question, and I'm going to look at the mic real quick to let him know he's got to cue up that photo for the next question.
Oh,
to give him the time to do it. But for your 6th question, it's a simple one. Because of the hijinks between Nick and you, there's also a little bit of hijinks between you and myself.
Mm-hmm.
So 6, it's a quick one. What is Jim Beam and where is it?
That's a hot one.
The question of the wing.
Good question. So, Jim Beam in college for my birthday. He knows I love beans. One of the sweetest things.
Puyo Puyo.
Yeah. He took a Jim Beam, which is an alcohol, filled it with beans.
The sweetest thing.
And then replaced the M with an N. And it said, here you go. I loved it. It's been on my shelf. Problem is, it's got rancid beans in it after like a year, right? And luckily, it's sealed. But if it breaks, I have a saying. If this Jim Beam bottle breaks within a mile of me, I will not see the next sunrise. Whether it is because I die from bean fumes or from taking my own life. I think it disappeared, right? When we went home from college.
When the COVID struck and we were removed from our dorms. It was not when we went to go retrieve our stuff. It was no longer.
We don't know what happened to it.
We don't.
Then I got Jim Beam 2 from Tyler. It was bedazzled, so sweet, a callback. I loved it. I had it displayed. Same problem as the last one. Can you help me out with the timeline here? Jim Beam 2 disappeared?
I can tell you exactly when Jim Beam 2
Please.
disappeared. Because I remember it very specifically.
Yeah.
April Fool's Day.
Uh-huh.
Jim Beam 2 disappears, and a different bottle of Jim Beam takes its place. That's still in your room.
Yeah. I go on a witch hunt. I am using everything in my toolbox to get the information out of either you or Nick. I'm grabbing you by the throats. I'm threatening. I'm crying. I'm begging. I do not know what happened to Jim Beam 2 for so long. And then, Nick, can you help me out with what happens next? I kind of forget.
Oh, don't worry. We don't need crit, Nick, because I've got the
You
scoop.
know it. You have the scoop.
For this interview specifically, I've gotten the scoop.
I don't have the exact details, but I know I remember there being a big scoop.
This could be I don't know how much of this information you even know.
Okay, I'll give you my. I'm pretty sure Nick always had Jim Beam 1 and did the switcheroo for April Fools.
That is correct. Jim Beam 1 is what is currently in your room.
Where's Jim Beam 2?
Jim Beam 2 broke.
No!
In Nick's bedroom.
Oh, God.
Within a mile of you, and you saw the next sunrise.
I gotta, kill me!
I didn't know how much of that you knew, but I wanted to sneak it in here because I think it's really funny.
I didn't know that.
But I'm very happy that the original one lives on.
Yeah.
I almost got you, before he told me that, I was going to get you instead of getting you a Jim Beam 3, I was going to get you Jack Beaniels.
I remember there was actually a time that you said something like so earnestly that it caused me to believe you, and that's when I knew it was Nick.
Yeah, and I think that later that day is when Nick reviewed. He was like, "Don't tell Andrew." That was
were you
7 months ago.
upset with him?
No, I'm happy knowing that the original one lives on.
You were like, oh, thank God.
Kinda, a little bit, because I was really upset that a janitor just tossed it.
It's like when your son gets out of jail.
It's exactly like when your son gets out of jail. My son, Jim Bean, was let out of jail. All right, you ready for wing number 7?
Yeah. So are we just taking one bite out of all these?
Just my giant ones. I'm probably gonna go back. I'm probably gonna pop this whole one.
All right.
But that one's
So
gonna
how
be
about I take one bite out of this and I pop the rest?
do whatever makes you happy.
All right.
It's just as long as you get the sauce.
You know what? I want a clean plate. I'm finishing it all.
So this is Bolt of Fire for question 7. That's good. You okay?
I just didn't like the look of it. It triggered a gag reflex.
Good green.
It's green. I don't really like eating green. Like, it looks like pesto.
You like Dennis?
I like pesto. I just have to, like, close my eyes while I eat it.
Makes perfect sense. Andrew, welcome to the photo. Every good episode of unspecified wing eating talk show has a photo pop up that the celebrity needs to describe.
Can I take a guess at the photo?
Absolutely, you can take a guess.
Is it me with a sock on?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
That would have been messed up. Only me and Jack have that photo. No, this photo that you don't get to see, but I think you'll know what it is when I describe it because I have it written down in detail. It's a photo of you in front of a Quiplash game. I believe it's actually the Invention game. And you're standing in front of a prompt that says, I want to help the environment while I also impress an androgynous person. Can you describe the backstory of this photo for our viewers?
I don't remember the invention, but the prompt is really funny. So, I've been down bad for years until I got my girlfriend, right?
Of course.
Mo, I love you.
We've actually just entered the arc of Andrew, the ladies' man. A lot of these questions are going to be about you being a real ladies' man.
Then I know question 8.
You probably do know question 8.
You got it from Nick. I went to geology class. Sat next to 2 of my friends in one of the geology labs.
I'm milking. Keep going.
Cute person says hi to me. And I'm like, all right, next lecture, I'm sitting next to them. See ya, 2 friends. Go sit in the front of the class. I say, I need glasses. I gotta be here. We hit it off. They invite me to join an environmental club. I'm milking too. So I do. I go over to environmental club, and then I stay in it for like 2 years. I don't care about the environment at all. I'm actually really cynical of it. I clean up litter because I think it's ugly. I don't recycle. I throw out batteries. Anything that's inconvenient in the slightest, I do it. Convenient, whatever.
In the Dinger City Saves the World t-shirt. But
yeah.
Keep going.
I hate going to environment rallies, but this is a cute person in the environmental club. So then, I'm Earth guy now. That's the whole story.
How'd it pan out for you?
How'd it pan out for me? They had a significant other.
The whole time.
The whole time, which I only found out about, like a little bit after. But I'm like, yeah, I'll just wait. I'll just keep waiting.
Classic strategy, the long con.
I think they're probably still with them to this day.
And you know what? I hope they're happy.
I hope they're happy.
You're happy.
I'm happy. I think it turned out for the best.
I think we're going to get into why you're happy real soon.
Oh, boy.
So, let's move on. We've gotten to the final 3 here, which are real... that burns incredibly.
Which one's the bomb right here?
The one we're about to eat. The bomb is the one next to it, right there.
I almost got it. Oh, that's a nuclear bomb.
Oh, yeah. That's the bomb. You ready?
Yeah.
Pop her in.
Wait, I have to choke. I need more milk.
Go ahead.
There's a throat burn or something.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
I'm in pain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
So, Andrew, I don't know if this is necessarily before or after your androgynous friend, but they were certainly not your only New Paul's conquests. Tell us about your plan to ask out Rebecca from New Paul's.
I know what classes she had at a certain time. Wait outside one of them. Start walking when she goes outside. We're walking in the same direction. So I can ask her at lunch.
That bomb is bad. That's really bad.
Nick sees me waiting outside, looking all sad, going, oh, I forget my binder in there, lying. And he says, hey, man, you want to go get lunch? And I say, yeah.
Oh, I wish we didn't toss the wings.
It's so bad.
It hurts a lot. Can we get some, like, baked goods on deck? Maybe some more paper towels.
My tongue hurts so bad. I did.
That was... I guess you did.
Next week, please.
All right.
Bro.
I asked Mo for some questions.
Yeah.
This is hellfire. Delightful. Mo wanted me to ask you about the time you pissed her bed.
I woke up one night, I had a dream. That I was peeing on books or something, and then I woke up and there was a big piss puddle on my bed.
Her bed. How'd that conversation go?
Well, I went up and I got a bunch of paper towels and tried to clean it up.
While
And then she woke up and I said, honey, I pissed the bed, I'm sorry.
And how long ago was this?
Like a month. But then she pissed mine, so it's fine.
Wait, what? She pissed your bed? I didn't know that. You two little freaks were made for each other.
I guess I was supposed to share that.
What happened there?
I don't want to divulge any more
No,
information.
please. You can't just give us half a story. Mo, you cool with this?
Tyler doesn't know if you're cool with this.
Go.
No.
Story.
But yes, no, it's his fault.
Go ahead. Your fault. Tell the story.
I did it.
How was it your fault?
Squirting is real.
I was not ready for that question to be as good as it was.
Holy shit.
Andrew, we're on the last question, the last wing, the spiciest wing.
Oh no.
Munch it up. Let's do this. Let's speed through this. I'm dead, dog.
You got a whole extra spice.
So, Andrew, I had to outsource for this one. I asked our favorite group of people, the Scooby Senate, what they wanted to know from you. I'm going to read this question verbatim. You're going to Jersey Mike's to get their brand new Thassa's Oracle branded ice milk. You need to get back quickly. You just lit one of your vagina candles and you heard there's being a gorilla store. And you heard there's a gorilla store holding up a convenience store. Your radio is blaring a cover of Wonderwall by that guy, and the extra deal, you just butt chug is kicking in. You pull up to the drive-thru. You look at the options. They got a Big B sweaty meatball sub, the Ussy burger, and the Ligma Among Guzzler, but no ice milk. So of course, you park and you walk into the restaurant, right, and let them know just what a rubber band feels like. But you stop when you see who's behind the counter. A small PS1 game case pinned to his cape took the place of a name tag, but you knew who it was. It was Dracula. You hadn't seen him since the incident at the Spooky Island Castle. You still can't listen to the Hex Girls without remembering getting canceled by the Black Knight's ghost. You're half tempted to walk out of the store when you remember that Nick probably shat on the flouch while you were gone. So honestly, this is the better option. You take your place in line behind two gentlemen who are in a heated argument. One of them seems to be convinced that dressing up as Scooby-Doo with big tits would be the ultimate VTuber idea, and the other insists that Hawaii and Mars aren't real. Eventually, one of them says woozy one too many times, and they get into a fist fight, screaming about slapping chairs and not being allowed to make jokes. You take a step over the taller one before he has a chance to spin 2 times. Use his ultimate move, the chair slapper. Each step you take towards Dracula makes you realize what a rubber band actually feels like. You try and calm yourself. You think of your luchador language. Of the magical night you got to kiss the Blue Man group without cheating on your girlfriend. Even the embarrassing moment in high school where you're certified, where the center field fog machine was chosen as the MVP over you. Dracula slowly moves his eye away from the pair screaming about prime numbers and not being able to read, and you feel your stomach jump as his cold, dead eyes make you feel much infinitely younger than him. You feel like a 17-year-old dating Jerry Seinfeld for the first time and for the last time. You wish you decided to stay home and eat your leftover chess set. You take a gulp. Your tongue is dry. You're covered in sweat as if you just downed an entire Scooby brew. When it dawns on you, you forgot what you came in for. Suddenly you're in a cave with no box of scraps and a Scoobus without his shag in common. A wonder crab with no ocean to jump into. And you can already begin to hear the canned stock laughter rolling as Dracula looks at you primed to speak. Andrew, welcome to Jersey Mike's, home of the cheese gas. May I ask you a question? Dracula says with all the confidence of a man who just completed the PS2 exclusive Velma skip. You fear out how he knew your name. Then he asks it, the only question you feared he could ask. Andrew, why did you kiss your grandmother on the lips 2 months ago?
Well, as you recall, about 6 months ago, I got a girlfriend. I had never really kissed people before that. I've been kissing my girlfriend a lot. Part of me just thought that's what you do to people.
So, you see your grandma at a family gathering, and you just laugh at one?
I say, all right, goodbye, Grammy.
Right on the lips.
Yeah.
Was she weirded out by that, or was she like old generation, kind of not that weird?
Nah, she didn't even notice.
Wow. That's a pretty big win for you, I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
That could have been an awkward family talk.
If she noticed, she didn't mention anything.
That's awfully kind of her. Normally, that would be the end of a normal episode of Winger City. 10 wings, 10 questions. But, we're an original goddamn program. So I have something special planned, Andrew. This is extra life. So we're going in the extra innings.
Okay.
Joey! I need it! I need the chip! Andrew, this is the Pocky 2022 One Chip Challenge. No one knows exactly how spicy it is, but the lowest agreed upon possibility is 4 times spicier than the spiciest wing we ate today.
The 11th Scoville.
The 11th Scoville. Inside this box is one and only one chip.
I'm already shaking.
Me too. But the fate's in your hands. This is what I like to call my bargaining chip. You can either truthfully, and Mo is here to fact check if you answer this truthfully, my final question, or you can eat the chip. If you answer the final question honestly, I will eat the chip.
I agree to these terms.
So Andrew, in extra innings, for all here, for all at home, I must ask you, where do you come?
I gotta be honest, Tyler, this question crossed my mind. I thought it might come. I thought it was gonna be the 10th question. I didn't think you would do it on a kid's charity live stream. I extra didn't think you would get the pass from Mo.
You don't have to answer.
If you must know. I jerk off. It goes in my hand. I lick it up.
Mo! Please come!
Get up.
There are some things we can't.
Nick passed off on that question?
I didn't clear it with Nick. I cleared the idea of the extra 11th question. I didn't tell him what it was going to be.
That's a brainchild.
It's too late now. Can someone get me something to grab this chip with? Because you're not supposed to touch it with your hands. I'm touching it with my hands.
That is more than one chip.
It broke.
All right.
I really didn't think he was going to answer that question, guys.
Oh, Tyler. Yeah.
Garbage can to the left. I think you need it. All right, put that down. You're good. You're good.
Tyler.
Cheek a little. That's okay. Ladies and gentlemen. He licks it up. He licks it up.
I mean, it's
I'm
kind of.
sorry that doesn't reflect the values of what this stream's about, but I really didn't think he was going to answer that.
I googled it. There's no health hazards.
I also didn't think that. I never in a million years would have guessed that. So, ladies and gentlemen, oh my god. I'm definitely going to go throw up, but thank you so much for tuning in to Winger City 2. Andrew, thank you so much for joining me. Until Winger City 3, I'm Wonderberry HD. This has been Dinger City. Like, comment, subscribe, buy some stuff. Remember, on 3, 1, 2, 3,
Dinger City out!